Hi, my name's Jan Cyrka and you're watching Roland Boss TV.
Jan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure.
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Great, so you've invited us down to your home studio. We're going to talk a little bit about your history with Roland Boss. And I wanted to start off by asking you about Jam Track Central, is that right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So I know it's your website. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Well, I worked for Guitarist magazine for about, about 20 years I think actually, and about 10 of those years I was the cover mount CD producer. So over that period of time I'd actually recorded quite a substantial amount of material, and obviously I kept the copyright to it because I was writing all the material, recording it all here. And of course when I finished working for the magazine, someone suggested to me it might be an idea if I perhaps put them on a website and sell them. So I thought that was quite a good idea.
Yeah.
So I did that, and it became quite successful. I think it was really, it was one of those kind of ideas that we thought, well, we'll just put it out, make a few quid out of it or something. But it kind of took off in quite a big way. A lot of it was down to a guitarist called Guthrie Govan, which I'm sure a lot of people would know, who very kindly sat in that corner over there. We pointed a really cheap camera at him, recorded 8 films and put them on YouTube.
Sure.
And got 8 million views, which really helped to promote the company. So,
It's not too shabby.
Yeah, thanks Guthrie. You know, I think it was a DS1 was the first one I got, the orange pedal, the one that Satriani uses all the time. And I know they can't. I know that Roland do make the same one now, but it's slightly different components.
Sure.
But I lost mine, which is bad news. But after that, I got the chorus pedal. I was in a 3-piece band, and so I like that big sort of Alex Lifeson and Pat Travers sound. You know, it kind of fills out. Still got it. Still here.
Here we go.
Flange pedal. You know, that was quite an exciting thing at the time. Sort of made a noise, and then, you know, it was one of those things that, you know, if you played a few wrong notes, you put your flange pedal on, and it kind of was your excuse.
Covers it up.
Yeah, so I'm always making wrong notes, so that's when the flanger comes on. And then one of my favourite ones is the Super Overdrive, this one here, the ST1, which, I don't know, what it does is it just gives you that little bit of extra tone when you're playing lead, and introducing some more harmonics, and I think when I'm playing I'm trying to create a kind of vocal sound to my lead, because I'm not really so much of a fast player, I'm more of a melodic player.
Right.
So I wanted something that would give me a vocal quality.
Right.
And this does it. Yeah, when you turn it off, you know it's not there when you turn it on. It's like one of those things, you miss it when it's not there.
Sure. So that tone's important to you.
Yeah, I use it all the time. And in fact, you know, working for Guitarist magazine, I had quite a lot of famous artists here, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani and Paul Gilbert, and I think they've all used this pedal actually.
Sure.
I know that Steve Vai was reaching for it immediately when he turned up. It was very nice.
It's not a bad endorsement. So I know you also write for TV. Are you still doing that?
Yeah, so that's my day job.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing that for about 20 years now. And what it is I mean, I started off writing music for TV commercials, that kind of thing. And then I worked for a company called KPM, which is owned by EMI. Yeah. And I usually write about an album or 2 a year for them. And this music it goes out all over the world, TV houses, and it gets picked up. I don't really know who's going to use it. I'll be watching TV and suddenly one of my tracks comes on.
I wrote that. Indeed,
yeah, it's a bit like that. So I've got stuff all over the place, Kitchen Nightmares, Friends, and the big one, I suppose, really is the Jeremy Kyle Show, got the theme tune. Okay, right, Super Overdrive, so I use that for lead. So here's a track that, well, this is the solo that I use it for. Here we go.
Sure.
Put it on. So you can sort of hear it, it's got that screamy tone. There you go.
Fantastic. And the other two pedals you say are kind of, I mean, once they're all three in line, they really make it?
Yeah, all of them. I mean, sometimes I use the chorus on its own, because I like that sort of three-piece sound. Bigness to it.
Sure.
Right, so in the flanger I like to just put the whole thing together. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a bit more delay on the desk.
They smashed the room up.
It's a bit of a racket, really. Oh. And after that I started an engineering recording studio where I met Zodiac from Zodiac Mind. And he came in and he was recording some demos on his own, and I helped him with the guitars. And he just turned around and said, "Oh, do you want to join the band?" sort of thing. And I thought he was joking at first, but obviously I realised he wasn't.
Sure.
And I thought, you know, why not? I'm sure it's going to be fun. And of course I was pretty clean cut at the time as well, so he said yeah. So I spoke to the manager. The manager says, "You're going to have to dye your hair black, dye your beard black, and put all this biker gear on." So you know, it's quite strange actually, because the first time I put all the biker stuff on, you know, I had all these leathers and I cut off, and I sort of sprayed it with matte black spray paint, so it looked like dirt, you know. The black hair, you know, the black glasses and everything. And I'm 6'2" or something. So I had to go and see the manager on the first day. So I got on the tube, went into town, got off at Oxford Circus, and I was walking. You know what it's like when you walk down Oxford Street? It's really like, you know, it's like a salmon swimming upstream. But with all that gear on, everybody just moving out of the way. It was amazing. I wish
no one wants to touch you.
I know. I wish I could keep. But of course, in the band there was 5 of us like that, and it was, you know, it was a pretty tough-looking bunch of guys.
So you became a goth overnight, pretty much.
In a way, well, a biker, sort of, like a biker.
Right.
But I mean, you know, I didn't have a driving licence, never mind a biker. It was ridiculous. We were all frauds, apart from Zodiac, who wasn't really a fraud.
Sure.
His dirt was real.
Right.
Yeah. But that was fun, so I did that for about 3 years. We went on tour with Guns N' Roses on the Appetite for Destruction tour.
How was that?
That was amazing.
Of
That
course.
was 4 weeks in America, playing at, they were just, you know, 24,000 seat stadiums. It was huge. And Zodiac Man was pretty big that year. We were on second on the bill at Reading that year, 70,000.
Are there any wild Guns N' Roses stories you can tell us about?
I can't really, to be honest. There was plenty of wild.
It's a family show.
Yeah, exactly. I can't say. I mean, I did see some things that you know, I'd walk into certain rooms and walk out immediately.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
I was very, you know, I was very kind of, I was a good boy in my 20s, etc. You know, I've never done drugs or anything like that, etc. I never intend to. So, but anyway, enough said about that.
There we go. Fantastic. And what are your plans for the future?
Well, I'm going to continue, obviously, doing my day job as a composer. I love doing that. It's very varied. So I'm carrying on doing that. We'll see what happens with the Jan Cyrka Central. It's difficult because there's a lot of piracy. For every one we sell, there's 999 get copied and distributed around. It's great for the advertisers, of course. Pushing that, of course. So we'll see what happens. I mean, the thing is, you know, in life, it's if you can make your hobby your job, then what could be better? Absolutely.
Hear, hear.
Yeah.
And finally, any questions for Roland?
Oh, any questions for Roland? Yeah. Can I have a few more pedals? I've only got these 3.
Right, that's it.